My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, I start by praising the Almighty Allah, Jalla wa Ala. We thank Allah, we praise Him. We seek Allah's guidance and His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evil of our souls and the consequences of our actions. Whomever Allah guide, He is the guided one. And whomever Allah allow to go astray, he will never be guided. I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah alone. He has no partners. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is his servant and messenger. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon our noble prophet, his household, his companions, and upon all those who emulate him until the day of resurrection. As for what follows, my respected brothers and sisters, I urge myself and you to be God conscious. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let us fear Allah Jalla wa Ala at any time and in any place. May Allah make us among the God conscious. Allah is admonishing you and I in the Quran. He says, "O you who believe, fear Allah as He deserves to be feared, and do not die except in Islam." May Allah Jalla wa Ala allow us to die as Muslims, and may He resurrect us as good Muslims, and admit all of us into Al-Jannatul Firdaus, Ya Rabbal Alameen. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah mentioned in the Quran, He says, "Man amila salihan min dhakarin aw untha wa huwa mu'min falanuhyiyannahu hayatan tayyibah." Allah is saying, whoever do righteous deed, whoever does righteousness while he is a believer, whether male or female, Allah says He will cause that individual to live a very good life. Hayatun tayyibah. Brothers and sisters, we need a good life in this dunya. We need that heart that is connected to Allah Jalla wa Ala. But brothers and sisters, let me assure you, you will never get that good life in this dunya except your heart is connected to the giver of goodness. And that is Allah Jalla wa Ala. Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Verily, it's in the remembrance of Allah that heart finds tranquility. We need our hearts to be tranquilized. And brothers and sisters, you will never be connected to Allah without following the religion of Allah Jalla wa Ala, and that is Al-Islam. The religion of the Anbiya wal Mursaleen. All the prophets and messengers were Muslim. Allah says, فَمَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ أَنْ يَهْدِيَهُ يَشْرَحْ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ. Whomever Allah wants to guide, He opens his breast into this religion. And when your breast is open, your heart is open, your chest is open, then the light of Allah Jalla wa Ala will penetrate in your heart. And then you will have something that is called al-qana'ah, and that is self-contentment. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us and give us that, Ya Rabbal Alameen. وَمَنْ يُرِدْ أَنْ يُدِلَّهُ يَجْعَلْ صَدْرَهُ ضَيِّقًا حَرَجًا كَأَنَّمَا يَصَّعَّدُ فِي السَّمَاءِ. And whomever Allah wants to mislead, Allah will make his heart very tight, brothers and sisters, and life will be so difficult for him, as if he is ascending to the sama. May Allah grant us Islam, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Let us go back to Al-Hayatu Tayyibah. What is a good life? What is the definition of good life? If you ask the non-Muslim, he will tell you that is to own the most expensive building on earth. He will tell you that you have to have vast amount of money in your account. He will tell you that you have to have the fastest car in this dunya. But according to Ali radiallahu anhu and Al-Hasan al-Basri rahmatullahi alayhi, they said that Al-Hayatu Tayyibah hiya al-Qana'ah. They said that the good life is self-contentment. May Allah Jalla wa Ala grant us that, Ya Rabbal Alameen. That's why Ali radiallahu anhu, he said, Man arada sahiban fallahu yakfihi, wa man arada mu'nisan falqur'anu yakfihi, wa man arada ghinan falqana'atu takfihi, wa man arada wa'idan falmautu yakfihi, wa man lam yajid wahidan fi hadhihi al-arba'a fala khayran lahu fannaru takfihi. Brothers and sisters, Ali karramallahu wajaha, he said that whoever wants a companion, Allah is sufficient for him. When Allah is your companion, when Allah is your close friend, then brothers and sisters, you will attain this dunya and the akhirah. And anybody wants that seclusion, to be in seclusion, to have something that will always be with you, the Quran will suffice you. The Quran, the book of Allah Jalla wa Ala, is better than backbiting. Take the Quran and read. May Allah grant us the ability to act upon the Quran, Ya Rabbal Alameen. And he continued to say, whoever wants richness, then al-qana'a takfihi, then self-contentment will suffice him. Brothers and sisters, if you are self-content, if you have contentment, you are even better than the people that have all the riches in this dunya. And he continued to say, whomever wants an advisor, if you want advice, then that will be sufficient for you. And if you don't have any of these four, there is no goodness in you, and Jahannam will suffice you. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. When you are self-content, you will succeed in this dunya and in the akhirah. Brothers and sisters, let's go to the definition of the non-believers. They think that a good life is to earn possessions in this dunya. But let's look at the wealthiest nation on the face of the earth. There is so many anxiety. They are suffering from anxiety. They are suffering from mental diseases. And most of these rich people, they will end up killing themselves, even though they have houses, even though they have wealth. But brothers and sisters in Islam, that will not prevent them from depression. You know why? Because they think that the good life is to accumulate wealth in this dunya. And the Prophet said, لَيْسَ الْغِنَى عَنْ كَثْرَةِ الْعَرَضِ وَلَكِنَّ الْغِنَى غِنَى النَّفْسِ. He said that richness is not to possess the riches in this dunya, but the richness is the richness of the heart. And this is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahabas, this is exactly what they enjoy in this dunya. There will be months upon months, there will be no cooked food in the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And according to Aisha radiallahu anha, she said that there will not be a food for a day for the people, the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There will not be true food for the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, except that one of that food is tamal, is date. Can we live on dates, brothers and sisters? It is impossible, but there we are months upon months upon months. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will live upon water and dates. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. And let's take example of Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullahi alayhi. He was a man of knowledge, and he wrote so many books that you and I are benefiting from. He never got married. He never has riches, brothers and sisters in Islam. And he said, Inna fi dunya jannatan man lam yadkhuluha la yadkhulu jannat al-akhirah. There is al-jannah on this earth. According to Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullahi alayhi, there is paradise on earth. Whoever fails to enter the paradise on earth will never enter the paradise of the akhirah. And that is contentment. And that is tumaninatul qalb, tranquility of the heart. May Allah Jalla wa Ala grant us that. And may Allah make among those who are content, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ibn Jawzi, rahmatullahi alayhi, he said that man qana'a toba aishuhu wa man toma'a tola taishuhu. He said that whoever have contentment will live a very pleasant life. If you're content, you will live a very pleasant life, because you know for sure whatever you have is the decree of Allah Jalla wa Ala. Whatever you don't have is from the decree of Allah Jalla wa Ala. But brothers and sisters, if you are greedy, you will live a very miserable life. Your heart will full of hasad, jealousy. Your heart will full of hate. Because whenever you see your friend earning something or own something, you will want to own more than what he owns. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. That's why the Prophet used to supplicate to Allah. He used to say, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wa-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. And the ghina that the Prophet was asking Allah about in this hadith, it is al-qana'a, it is contentment. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. He used to say, oh Allah, I ask you for guidance and piety and abstinence, and I also ask you to be self-sufficient. So this shows that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to grant him al-qana'a. May Allah Jalla wa Ala grant us that, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Al-Imam al-Shafi'i said, وَرِزْقُكَ لَيْسَ يُنْقِسُهُ أَتَأَنِّي وَلَا يَزِيدُ فِي الرِّزْقِ الْأَنَاهُ فلا حزن يدوم ولا سرور ولا بؤس عليك ولا رخاه إذا كنت ذا قلب قنوع فأنت ومالك الدنيا سواء لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. This is the saying of Al-Imam Al-Shafi. He said that your risk, your provision is not going to be diminished due to your slowness, and your risk will never be deducted, will never be increased due to your suffering, your hard work, brothers and sisters in Islam. And he said, sadness and happiness will never be forever. Today you are sad, tomorrow you are happy. Tomorrow you are happy, the next day you are sad. This is how Allah Jalla wa Ala creates his creation. And he said that poverty and adversity and prosperity will never be forever. And if you have a heart that is content, then you and the wealthiest people of this dunya are the same. But Ibrahim bin Adham, he rejects this poem. He said that no, if you are content, you are even better than the wealthiest people in this dunya. He said, لو يعلم الملوك وأبناء الملوك ما نحن فيه من النعيم لجادلون عليه بالسيوف. He said that if the kings and the children of the kings, if they know what we are enjoying from the ni'mah that Allah has given us, from this contentment that Allah has given us, they will take up sword to fight us, to take this na'im from us. So brothers and sisters, this shows that we are rich. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. All this richness that the people are boasting for, all the places, the houses, the big mansions that they have built in this dunya, when they are leaving this dunya, are they going to take them with them? It is impossible. You will go the way that Allah created you in the first place. You came into this dunya empty-handed, and you're going to leave this dunya empty-handed. That's why Ash-Sha'iri said, خُذِ الْقَنَاعَةَ مِنْ دُنْيَاكَ وَارْضَى بِهَا إِنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ لَكَ إِلَّا رَاحَةُ الْبَدَنِ وَانْظُرْ إِلَى مَنْ مَلَكَ الدُّنْيَا بِأَجْمَعِهَا هَلْ رَاحَ مِنْهَا بِغَيْرِ الْقُطْنِ وَالْكَفَنِ. This is a question, brothers and sisters in Islam. He said, take al-qana'a, contentment from your dunya, and be pleased with what Allah has destined for you, brothers and sisters in Islam. Even if what you have in this dunya is rest, your body is rest, from the wanting of this dunya, brothers and sisters in Al-Islam. And he said, look, take a look of those individuals that gathered possession in this dunya. Did they leave this dunya with their possession? The only thing that they live with is the cotton wool and their shroud. The cotton wool that they place in your nostrils to stop the blood from coming out when you are dead. And the shroud that they shroud you with, this is the thing that you're going to live with from this dunya. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, Man asbaha aminan fi sirbih, mu'afan fi jasadih, indahu qutu yawmihi, فَكَأَنَّمَا حِيزَتْ لَهُ الدُّنْيَا بِحَذَافِيرِهَا. He said that whoever wake up in the morning and you have security in your family and in yourself, brothers and sisters, we have security. We are able to come to this masjid without hearing a gunshot, without bomb raining on us. But our brothers and sisters in Palestine, they don't have what we have. So sometimes when you think about riches, you forget about the ni'mah that Allah has bestowed upon you. You forget about the things that Allah has given you that money cannot buy. When you wake up in the morning, you have security in yourself and in your family. Mu'afan fi jasadih. And you are well, you are healthy, you don't have no ailment in your body. Brothers and sisters, yesterday I was in tears when I was doing my job, and I went to pick a brother up, a brother from humanity, or a brother of humanity. And the brother has a big TV. And I stopped my car, and I was wondering, should I cancel this job, or should I go there to pick this brother up? And I decided, you know what, as a Muslim, we have to go and do our job according to Islam. And I stopped, and I'm waiting for this brother to come. And I saw this brother asking a guy that used this bike to do delivery to carry this TV for him. And I was waiting, and when they were moving, I saw the guy walking, and I realized that he is disabled. And I left my car, I ran and got the TV and placed the TV on the back seat, because the TV wasn't able to fit the boot. And the brother asked me kindly, and he said, can I sit down in the front seat? I said, yes, you are welcome, come and sit. And he started talking to me, and he said, brother, I was well a few years ago, and I had a disease. The disease is very, very difficult for me to pronounce. Something scoliosis or something like that. And he became disabled. And he said that I became disabled, brother. He said that I became disabled. And I said, how are you coping? And he said, brother, this is a nasty sick. And he said that I cannot control my number one and number two, akramakumullah. Meaning, when he wants to do number two, he have to do it now. When he wants to do number one or number two, he cannot hold himself. These things will come out of him. And he said that I don't leave my house until I visit the toilet and know that I am not in risk to spill myself with these things before I leave my house. And I said, brother, how are you coping? And he said, due to that, I have developed depression. And as we went to the location, and he said, brother, you can drop me here. And I said, how can I drop you here? I want to help you, but this place, I'm not allowed to stop here. But fortunately, Allah showed us a Sainsbury. I went there, and I grabbed his TV. I took the TV with him. And I asked him, if I wasn't here, what would you do? And he said, brother, I will drag the TV with me. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Mu'afan fi jasadih. You are well, you are healthy in your body. And I went there, brothers and sisters in Islam. I saw, and he opens the door, and he said, thank you. And I saw these narrow steps, these narrow stairs. And I said, no, I'm not going to leave you here. I'm not saying this for anyone to praise me. Allah know that I did this sincerely to please Allah and a means to call this brother into Al-Islam. So when I grabbed the TV, it was even difficult for me, an able individual, to carry this TV upstairs. And brothers and sisters, when I dropped the TV, and I hugged this brother, and I didn't know that the brother has memorized my name. And he said, Muhammad, thank you so much. I will never forget you. Muhammad, thank you very much. I will never forget you. And then when I was praying my salah, I was crying to Allah, oh Allah, guide this man to Islam. Mu'afan fi jasadih. You are well in your body. You don't have no disease. Mu'afan fi jasadih. Man asbaha aminan fi sirbih. Mu'afan fi jasadih. Indahu qutu yawmih. And you have food that is sufficient for you for a day. Brothers and sisters, we have food that is sufficient for us. We can eat for the whole year without being hungry. Our brothers and sisters in Al-Islam in Palestine, they are suffering from hunger and starvation. And we have our qutu yawmi, and every day we are eating. And brothers and sisters, we are failing to realize that this is a great ni'mah from Allah Jalla wa Ala. So if you have security, and you are well, you are healthy, and you have food that will serve you for a day, it's as if you have earned the dunya. It's as if the dunya belongs to you. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Brothers and sisters, we are killing ourselves. Wallahi billahi, it's a lie. No matter how you stress yourself because of what Allah has decreed upon you, it will not increase Allah's provision. Whenever you sit down and you thank Allah for what He has provided you with, Allah Jalla wa Ala will increase you in His provision. Allah said, أَهُمْ يَقْسِمُونَ رَحْمَةَ رَبِّكَ نَحْنُ قَسَمْنَا بَيْنَهُمْ مَعِيشَتَهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَرَفَعْنَا بَعْدَهُمْ فَوْقَ بَعْدٍ دَرَجَاتٍ ليتخذ بعضهم بعضا سخرية ورحمة ربك خير مما يجمعون. Allah is asking, are they the one that are distributing? Are they the one that are distributing the mercy of Allah Jalla wa Ala? It is not in our hands to distribute the portion of Allah Jalla wa Ala. It is not in our hands to distribute the provision of Allah Jalla wa Ala. It is not in our hands to distribute the mercy of Allah Jalla wa Ala. And Allah continue to say, نَحْنُ قَسَمْنَا بَيْنَهُمْ مَعِيشَتَهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Allah said it is us that divide or share their portion between them in this dunya. Allah, when He has decided that somebody will be rich in this dunya, nobody will be able to stop that individual. When Allah has decreed that an individual will be educated than you in this dunya, no one will stop that, brothers and sisters in Al-Islam. And Allah said, I have elevated some of them over the others in rank. Brothers and sisters, we will never be the same in this dunya. We will never be the same in this dunya. And Allah said the reason why I did that is for some of them to take others and employ them, so that we can benefit from each other. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. When we were in the fetuses of our mother, in the wombs of our mothers, that's when the decree were passed. Wallahi, there are four things. No one will be able to change them. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Inna ahadakum يجمع في بطن أمه 40 يوما نطفة ثم يكون علقة مثل ذلك ثم يكون مضغة مثل ذلك ثم يوصل إليه الملك فينفخ فيه الروح ويؤمر بأربع كلمات بقسم رزقه وعمله وأجله وشقي أو سعيد إلى آخر الحديث. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam made it very clear that when we have gone from one stage to the other, from a weak water to a thick form of blood, and then alaqa, we become, and then after that we become a morsel of flesh, and that is 40 days between them. Allah will send an angel, and the angel will blow the soul into that fetus, and that fetus will start moving in the womb of his mother, and Allah will command the angel to write 4 things. Allah will command that angel to write the provision of that fetus. Allah will command the angel to write the deed of that fetus. Allah will command the angel to write the ajal, the lifespan of that fetus. And Allah will command him to write whether this person will be an individual of Al-Jannah or Jahannam. May Allah grant us Al-Jannah, Ya Rabbal Alameen. So brothers and sisters, why are we jealous? Why we are not content? When everything is written for us, رُفِعَتِ الْأَقْلَامُ وَجَفَّةُ الصُّحُفُ. Everything, the pen that it is used to write for us is being lifted up. And everything that is written is dried up. Nothing will increase and nothing will be decreased. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us and protect us, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Let us talk about the reason why many of us are not content. The first reason is because we have chosen this dunya over the akhirah. We have chosen this dunya, prefer this dunya over the akhirah. So if that is the case, you will never taste contentment. Your heart will be shattered. You will be wanting and become greedy for this dunya. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. The Prophet said, Man kanatil akhiratu hammahu, ja'ala Allahu ghinahu fi qalbihi, wa jama'a shamlahu, wa atatuhu dunya wa hiya rakhimah. Wa man kanatid dunya hammahu, ja'ala Allahu faqrahu bayna aynihi, wa farraka shamlahu, ولم يأتيه من الدنيا إلا ما قدر له. Anyone that make the akhirah his goal and his prerogative, his aim and his objective, Allah Jalla wa Ala will place his richness in his heart. ليس الغنى عن كثرة عرضي ولكن الغنى غنى النفس ولست أرى السعادة جمع مال ولكن التقي هو السعيد. He preferred al-akhirah and Allah make him rich in his heart. The other day, as I was driving, I saw a Lamborghini. And most of the people were coming out, taking a picture of this Lamborghini. And I was with someone and I said, these things don't move me. I'm not saying that I have qana'ah. Let me warn you. Because I am a sinful servant to Allah Jalla wa Ala. But if your aim and objective, your prerogative is to earn al-akhirah, nothing in this dunya will move you, my respected brothers and sisters. فَلَيْتَكَ تَحْلُو وَالْحَيَاةُ مَرِيرَةٌ وَلَيْتَكَ تَرْضَى وَالْإِنَامُ غِدَابٌ وَلَيْتَ الَّذِي بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَكَ آمِرٌ وَبَيْنِي وَبَيْنَ الْعَالَمِينَ خَرَابٌ إِذَا صَحَّ مِنْكَ الْوُدُّ فَالْكُلُّ هَيِّنٌ وَكُلُّ الَّذِي فَوْقَ التُّرَابِ تُرَابٌ. Everything that is on top this dot will become that, brothers and sisters. Everything that we see will become ruin, my respected brothers and sisters. So if al-akhirah is your aim and objective, Allah will place your richness in your heart, and Allah will organize your affairs, and the dunya will come to you whether the dunya want it or not. But if your aim and objective is this dunya, Allah will place poverty between your eyes. Everywhere you turn, you will see poverty. And you will never rest in this dunya. And Allah will disorganize your affair. And you will not get from this dunya except that which has been decreed for you. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide us. And brothers and sisters, the last thing is because we love this dunya and we hate to die. We want to meet Allah Jalla wa Ala. Why do we hate death? We don't want to die, but you don't have to dislike death. Because death is what will come between you and meeting Allah Jalla wa Ala. Brothers and sisters, who want to live in this dunya? If Al-Jannah is your place, who wants to live in this dunya? If your grave is Rawdatan min Riyadil Jannah, if your grave is garden of the gardens of paradise, who wants to live in this dunya? If at all you're going to see Allah Jalla wa Ala in Al-Jannah, brothers and sisters, we don't have to hate death. And the reason for that, that's why we don't have contentment. Because we think that we're not going to die, my respected brothers and sisters. One day, Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik, he was a Khalifa. He came to Medina and he asked the people in Medina, and he said, is there anyone that met the Sahabas Ridwanullahi alayhim? And they said, yes, Abu Hazim. And he came to Abu Hazim and he said, Ma baluna nuhibbu dunya wa nakrahul maut. What is the problem with us? We love this dunya and we dislike death. And he said, لأنكم أمرتم الدنيا وخربتم الآخرة فأنتم لا تريدون أن تخرجوا من العمار إلى الخراب. He said, because you love what you have built for what you have ruined. We have built this dunya and we have ruined the akhirah. So you are scared. So you don't want to leave what you have built to that which you have ruined. Brothers and sisters in Al-Islam. And I will end this and say, Al-Qabru Darun wa kullu nasin dakhiluhu falayta shay'a ba'da al-qabri ma daru ad-daru daru na'imin in amilta bima yudil ilaha wa in khalafta fannaru. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم انصر إخواننا في فلسطين. اللهم افرغ عليهم صبرا وثبت أقدامهم وانصرهم على القوم الكافرين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.